Hey guys, welcome to Vlogmas Day 23. Oh my god, we're almost there. That is so crazy. I am cleaning. So that vlog is not up yet by the time that I'm filming this, but it will be up soon. I'm just taking a break from cleaning and I'm not sure if I want to include anything else. I think I might tackle the kitchen because it's still the afternoon. We're not in evening hours yet, so I'm like, what more can I do? I did do my bathroom. I did not do my girlfriend's bathroom. I was going to, but then I was like, you know what? The kitchen's a really bad mess, and I can always do my girlfriend's bathroom, like, literally anytime. And if she wants to do her bathroom, she can do her bathroom. So, not to say that I'm like the sole cleaner. She definitely will clean if she sees something that needs to be cleaned. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my bathroom because I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. And I can always split up the tasks during the week. That is besides the point. Let's get into the advent calendar openings because we're literally almost there and I'm really excited. Okay, so we have to start with the crystal advent calendar. We have Santa with his little sack of gifts. And today's crystal matches my shirt nonetheless. Well, sort of. It is jade. Look at her. Oh, so freaking gorgeous. Our last charm for the charm bracelet, because the 24th is another bracelet or a necklace. I forget which one. What is our last charm? Shut up! It's Saturn! Or at least I think it's supposed to be. That would make the most sense. She's so cute! So we know that tomorrow isn't going to be anything special, but that was cute. I'm going to just close this up because the 23rd is right here. I'm so anxious to see what's in our Ulta 24 Days of Self-Care. Oh! This is what I see when I open it up. This is what I see. It is Belief, B-E-L-I-F. Believe in Truth. The True Cream. Interesting. It's a gel moisturizer. All right, I gotta open this up. Oh, she kind of looks funky. Okay. Skin hydration level instantly increased by 231.4%. I wonder how they came up with that. It says here that it was clinically tested in controlled condition of low temperature and high humidity. But okay, yeah, sure. We only have one day left of the advent calendars. I hope they're good, but we'll see. Let's get into today's content. You guys, I cannot believe that 2025 is around the corner. And it is just so insane to think about because it does not feel like it. Maybe it's because I live in Texas and I'm looking outside right now and it's sunny and there's trees and there's no snow, but I promise you the new year is coming. So I am actually doing a little bit of recycling, and there are some New Year's goals that I had last year, if not most of them, that I want to try to meet again this year. Whether I have or not in 2024 is a different story, but most of them were pretty good New Year's goals, so I kind of just want to talk about them and let you guys know, and maybe you guys have your own New Year's resolutions that you guys are thinking about and you want ideas, or maybe you just want to compare, you know, what I'm looking at. Maybe you end up putting it on your list. Maybe you're like, you know what, I don't think that's for me. That's okay too. So for 2025, I do want to wake up earlier and go slower to allow myself to do whatever it is that I need to do before work. This is going to be an interesting one because I did change jobs. So my previous job was later in the day, and I was so tired by the time I got off of work, but I would stay up and then sleep in, so I never really accomplished this goal in 2024. Well, in 2025, my schedule is looking different. It's going to be more along the lines of first shift. So I do think I'll be able to wake up probably somewhere between 5 and 6 so that I can enjoy my morning cup of coffee, have everything loaded up for work, and really just dive into work that day. And then when work is done, I can do whatever else it is that I need to do that day. Number 2 on my New Year's resolutions is to drink more water, especially when I wake up in the morning. I think as a type 1 diabetic who really just struggles in the morning, I think having a bottle or a glass of water will help me get more hydration in, and it starts a really good habit because there are days where I just keep going, and I'll have my tumbler of coffee and I won't even think about water. And I'm like, did I even drink a bottle today? Which is like 2 glasses. So I definitely want to make sure I am drinking enough water every single day, not just on the days that I focus on it. And I also just feel like it's so hard to get a water intake when you're not thinking about it or when you're so focused on other tasks. Number 3, I want to stretch for about 5 to 10 minutes in the morning. I might even think about using my Pilates machine for something other than blankets. I did, when I first got the Pilates machine, I was using it every couple days or so, but right now it's not really in use because VLOGMAS has kept most of my time, as well as work, of course, and I really want to exercise more, so bringing up stretching, doing Pilates just for 5 to 10 minutes to really get myself going in the morning is a New Year's resolution that I want to work on. I want to incorporate that into my morning routine. Number 4, journaling in the morning and at night. I have the 5-minute journal, which is actually right here, so give me 1 second. I love this journal. I think this journal is great. I think I just need to make a habit out of using it more. So in the mornings, you put 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that would make today great, and a daily affirmation. And then at night, you do highlights of the day and what you've learned. And I think this just really helps with showing gratitude and realizing that there is so much more to life than the things that we are thinking about. There's more to life than money, a career, things like that. Just getting into the nitty-gritty of I'm thankful to be alive, I'm thankful for my health, just really digging deep and thinking about what else there is, because there's always more to be grateful for. So I want to show more gratitude, and I also want to show more learning, because on the nighttime side of it, it does say what you've learned today, and I really want to take that into consideration as a learning/growth tool. I feel like there's been days where I've been mad and I'm just like, don't trust anyone, and that's what I've learned today. No, I don't want to use it like that. I want to really just think about, okay, I've learned how to prioritize my time better today, or I've learned how to communicate better today. Whatever the case may be, I really do want to focus and put my all into the 5-minute journal, because it really doesn't take that much time. Maybe a little bit of thought, maybe a little bit of effort, but the time, absolutely not. That should take you no more than 10 minutes at most. Number 5, which I did kind of touch on already, is exercising and moving my body. I do want to make it a habit to go to the gym at least 2 to 3 times a week and just move my body. I do want to start wearing my Apple Watch so that I can track my movement. I do work from home, so it does kind of make it difficult to sometimes separate the 2 times, my work time and my home time, because I'll just kind of be working all day, and then when I'm done with my 9 to 5 job, so to speak, I'll be working on content creation. So I do need to split that up and move my body, and not just on the weekends. So I definitely want to incorporate a routine, feel better, and I think this year I want to focus on moving my body for me versus I want to be this weight or I want to look like this or that, because I feel like if I don't see those results, I'm going to get very frustrated, and I want to move my body because it's good for me, not for an end result. So I have to want to build a healthier body, but I also have to realize that moving my body just feels good rather than looking for an end goal, because that's not going to be sustainable enough for me to want to keep going to the gym. So, number 6, praising myself for small accomplishments instead of punishing myself for any slip-ups. So one thing I did get into the habit of when I was younger, I want to say I was doing better with this in 2024, but anytime I did something wrong, I would punish myself for it and I would beat myself up for it instead of taking it as a learning opportunity and an opportunity to grow and not do that mistake or slip up again. I have to give myself grace and realize that I am a human being and that it's okay to mess up. That is the whole point of life, is learning, going through these lessons and just living life and gaining knowledge and gaining insight into other people and other things and other views. So I need to just give myself grace, take things as a learning opportunity, and realize that even though I don't want to make a mistake, it is okay to, and I just need to learn from it. Number 7, eating better. I do want to eat better because I do think that if I'm fueling my body with the right things, that my body will be more willing to work with me, especially when I'm exercising. I feel like I have a very low energy level lately, and I think that has to do with not eating enough, not eating well, and not exercising. So I think if I have those 3 things together, then I can really see my energy levels rise naturally, and I think my body will just feel so much better for it. So that's definitely what I want to do. Number 8, I did start off in 2024 really well with this, but now I need to keep up with it. Take pictures of your mornings to keep yourself accountable. So maybe I take a picture on Snapchat with a timestamp and I say good morning. That is just my way of being accountable, making sure I'm still waking up early, engaging with social media. Maybe obviously I don't want to make my whole life centered around social media, but I do want to engage more, and I think if I engage more with social media, it's going to make me want to keep that habit of engaging on Snapchat more. Number 9, reading more. I did pretty well with this. I think I want to say I read 5 or 6 books this year. I was really hoping to read 1 book a month, but I feel like I had so many other things come into account in my life that was just impossible of a goal. I think I do want to say maybe 1 book every 2 months, so 6 books to the year is a more reasonable goal for me, only because I do want to keep going at it with my content creation. I want to excel in my job. I want to enjoy the books that I'm reading and not feeling like I have to check off something off of my to-do list. And I also have to realize that I need to make sure that my time is spread wisely between all of the tasks that I have to do, because I also do still have school that I'm enrolled in and that I am pacing myself at. And I don't want to put reading above that, but I do want to make it a priority to at least read, whether it be a chapter or 10 to 20 pages, just to like wind down for the night. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe an hour or half hour before my girlfriend and I go to bed, shutting off the TV, having our nightcap where we can either talk to each other, I can read, I can journal, and that way I'm winding down my mind. And the last thing I do for the night is take care of myself, whether it be like my self-care routine, but ending with the journal, of course. But, just kind of having that wind down for the last hour to half hour of just, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Maybe not reading every day, but at least reading more. And I did make that goal in 2024 because I did read 6 books, but the goal of 1 book a month was a little too much for everything that I was doing. Number 10. Keeping with my Sunday resets. So Sunday resets do feel really, really good, but I do have to keep in mind that my girlfriend does have a cleaner that comes to the apartment that really deeps clean every other Monday. So the Sunday resets are really just for those kind of lighter cleanings. Maybe I clean the toilet, the surfaces, maybe I do go around with a broom or a mop, but I don't really have to deep clean too much. However, I would like to see myself deep cleaning certain items every once in a while, just to make sure that everything does stay clean. I know a lot of people do weekly cleanings, so having someone come and clean bi-weekly, the Sunday opposite of having somebody come to clean, is perfect for me to do a little bit more of a reset day. So I want to keep at it because Sunday resets do make me feel really good. I feel really proud after, so I have to say that that's something I do want to continue with in 2025. Number 11, do more of what makes you happy when it comes to consuming content. I've done very good with it this year. However, I think that not everything that I've consumed made me feel inspired. It's really hard when consuming content and scrolling through like TikTok, for example, because I want to, yes, feel good, but I also want to feel like I'm maybe learning something or I'm inspired by someone. There are certain people on YouTube and TikTok that I do like to watch because they inspire me to want to be a good human being. They do inspire me to take care of myself. So yes, I do have my comfort creators in that sense, but I think there are times where I do kind of fall off and I am consuming content that is just, I don't want to say a waste of time, but it's just kind of there and I'm watching it versus like I am listening to this music to feel good. I'm watching a show to make me laugh. I'm watching entertaining videos. I don't want to get sucked into like drama or kind of sucked into any sort of negative spiral. I have gone down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. I've gone down the rabbit hole of other people's drama, and I don't need to consume that kind of content, and I don't need to spend that much time on that content. I am here to build myself up, and I'm here to grow, and I'm here to learn, and I'm here to have fun. And I don't want to be in a negative light if I don't have to be. So I definitely want to consume more content that makes me happy, more content that is positive and inspiring. That is my goal for this year. Number 12 is having a more structured sleep schedule. I did okay with this, but I definitely feel like I need to structure my sleep and cut it off, because right now my girlfriend and I are watching Shameless, and I kid you not, we will watch it to the ends of the days, and then it'll be like 1 a.m. and we're like, oh shit, like you have work tomorrow and I have to wake up at like 6:30 for work. So no, I need to do better with that. I need to make sure I have a window of when I want to go to bed for when I wake up. So let's say 10:30 is the ideal time of me going to bed. Anywhere between 9:30 and 11:30, I need to wind down. And that is my window. And I don't want to surpass that window, because I don't want to end up going on this messed up sleep schedule of I didn't get enough sleep, now I'm getting too much sleep, and vice versa. I don't think that is healthy. I think a more consistent schedule will help me, but I also think a lot of people do say that exercise does help with your energy and also helps you get tired when you've consumed yourself so much in a day physically. So I do want to see if that correlation does take into effect. So when I do exercise, am I seeing that I'm able to go to bed without, chamomile tea or an allergy pill that helps me sleep? Like, I don't want to rely on things to help me go to bed. So I do think that maybe exercising and having a consistent exercise schedule will help with that. So I do want to make sure that I'm also listening to my body with sleep. If I do need more sleep, absolutely, there's no problem with that, but I need to take that into consideration. Number 13, balance between being alone, having, self-care and doing self-care, being healthy with food and exercise, and being intentional and socializing and having fun. So basically, that is just saying that I need to balance my structure and my fun. I need to balance being alone and being with people, taking care of myself and, not really focusing on the intentional self-care, being healthy with my food versus having maybe not so healthy foods, and exercising versus not. So basically just finding a balance that works for me in order for me to live my life. Number 14, structuring my day that works best for me. I think once I slip into the schedule that I am going to be working, which is not far off from the schedule I am currently working, it's only an hour difference. I think that is going to be absolutely fine and very easy for me to structure my day, because I'll wake up, I'll do my morning routine, I will, do my 9 to 5, and then after work, eating, doing whatever after work, and then going to bed and doing my nighttime routine. So I feel like it'll be easier to structure my day once it's a little bit more predictable, and it feels good that I'm not working a mid-shift where my day is broken up and my work is smack dab in the middle of the day and I can choose one way or the other, get up early to do everything or stay up to do everything, because now my work is towards the beginning of the day. So it's like do my morning routine, work, and then whatever I want to structure the rest of my day with is up to me. The next thing on my list, number 15, is spend more time outside and in nature. Now that it's the winter time, I definitely think this will be a lot easier to do in Texas. So I do want to see myself more realistically going ahead and taking walks, walking the dogs. I do that occasionally, but I want to see it on a more consistent basis. Maybe, I go on 2 walks a day, one with one dog, one with the other. If Larissa is home and it's a weekday and she's not working, maybe we both take the dogs out, but just getting more walks in, getting outside, connecting with nature, going to the dog park. We did pick this neighborhood for its walking trail, for the dog park, for how nice the atmosphere of this neighborhood was. So I definitely want to take advantage while we're here. Number 16, organizing my hobbies and extracurriculars. I did pretty well this year, but I must say one thing I did realize is the amount of things that I had was not allowing me to live life. So I decided to taper back on certain things. For example, schooling. I don't do school every day, maybe a couple times a week, maybe just on the weekends. I no longer am writing a book. I have that on hold again until I finish school. I kind of want to prioritize and balance certain things. And I mean, I could work on one thing every day and it be different, but I just feel like that's too many things at once still, and that it would be nice for me to be able to not spread myself so thin and work on certain tasks in certain periods of my life and maybe see if that can help, because school is not going to be this ever-ending thing. There is an end in sight. Same thing with a book, but it might take longer to write. So I just feel like if I balance things a little bit better, it might look better and not so messy when trying to organize all of the things that I want to do. Number 17, which I'm not 100% sure what we'll do because it might look different this year, but having a spring cleaning / complete item purge. I'm actually kind of working on that right now, where I want to go through every single room, one room per day, and really just look at what I have, what I don't need, what I need, getting rid of, donating, repurposing. So I am kind of doing that, but more in the winter time. So I don't think when spring comes around, I really don't see myself doing a quote unquote spring cleaning. I might do like a deep cleaning, but as far as getting rid of stuff and doing a complete item purge, I don't really see myself doing that. Number 18, I have what's called follow the in a month schedule this picture. And it's like breakfast with friends, this many, this in a month. I forget exactly what it was, but I took that picture down a while ago in 2024. And I don't think that this is something I would probably do again. I think that having too many to-do lists and too many goals that you want to accomplish is definitely a thing. And also following too many schedules. I am a very, I don't want to say type A, but I'm very much on a schedule when it comes to things, but I don't always want to be. So I think in terms of that picture, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to kind of just do what I want to do. And if plans come up with friends, they come up and I enjoy them, versus having to schedule a dinner date once a month and breakfast with friends once a month. I just think that's too much. It was helpful when I had maybe more needy friends or friends that wanted to see me on a more regular basis. But now that I'm more focusing on self-growth this year, and I am going to make it a point that whatever friends that I do make in the future, that I have them be low maintenance friends where we can hang out when we both aren't so crazed about life. That is definitely important to me. So I won't feel pressured to go out every week on the dot, So I think having that schedule is just, it's not relevant to my life at this time. Number 19 is using a calendar regularly. I put this down because in 2023, I actually had an appointment that I was supposed to go to that I literally took off from work, but I was so focused on work that I completely forgot to log out and go to that appointment. Like, it was so embarrassing. So that is definitely something I need to keep doing and have done better with in 2024. So I'm going to use a calendar regularly, and that way I can see when my appointments are, when my days off are, when I need to go and do other things, and worry about my life more than just work. Number 20 is create and finish daily task sheets or to-do lists. I'm switching this one up. I'm actually going to see if I can kind of combine all of my tasks in an app. I don't know if it's going to work, but we will see, because I know that I can do better with organizing my to-do list. So I want to see if I can do a nice to-do list that reminds me, every Sunday, every whatever, and then those to-do lists that once they're done, they're done. That's a whole different story. So I definitely want to see if I can revamp the task list, but we'll see. One last thing that I want to add that was not on last year's to-do list is budgeting using a budget planner. Using a budget planner. You can tell I'm not editing this video, that I'm just talking with you guys. So I have a weekly budget planner that I bought, and I'm really excited to use this. I'm just going to show you guys a page that I haven't done. So this is the monthly budget. So I have my income source, any additional, and then my projected budget and projected savings, the expenses for the month, the savings, and then the total income, the total spending. And then a little checkbox if anything was paid, what the expense was, the amount, the due date, and any notes. And then a calendar of like due dates. So if I want to see it on a calendar, I can see it on a calendar. And then the weekly tracker, when you go into the weekly, every single day, what expense did you make that day? What was the amount? And what was the total spending for the week? I definitely think this will help me be more conscientious of what I'm spending my money on and really seeing how I can save, because I know my girlfriend and I want to go on an overseas trip, probably not in 2025, maybe looking more in 2026, and then having 2025 be the year of us saving, paying off bills, and maybe going, like, I know we're going to Connecticut in July, but maybe doing, some vacation time in the United States. So I do want to work on my budget, and I feel like the way that I was doing it was working for me, but I know I could do better with it. So the way that I was doing it is I basically had a blank sheet of paper. I put in what my paycheck was, and then I minused all of my expenses as they went, and that was me like balancing my checkbook. And that works okay, but I want to now see where I could be saving money. What am I spending money on that maybe I don't need to? Things like that. And I've definitely taken a look and seen that like my phone bill was way too much. I switched phone carriers. I am paying for a new phone, but it is only $30 a month, so it's not that bad, in comparison to how much I'm saving from switching phone plans. I'm noticing, keeping track that way. I'm like, oh, I spent money on this, this, and this. I don't really need those things, or maybe I can get rid of this, or maybe this is something that's not really going to be a recurring expense, or if I do have a recurring expense, is it something that I need? Is it something that I see value in? So really just taking a look at my budget and being like, okay, I really do or don't need this, and we either keep it or don't keep it in my budget. So I definitely think that's going to help me be more conscientious with my money and also see future savings and see future goals that I'm saving for. So that is one that I did not have last year that I'm thankful to have for 2025, because I know I will be way more conscientious with how I'm spending my money and making sure that it's reasonable and not something stupid. Granted, I promise you I did recently buy something stupid. I bought a Taylor Swift blanket. I probably don't need it, but I wanted it. And it's my little Christmas gift to myself, and it's arriving today, so I'm really excited about that. But other than that, I feel like I'm doing pretty good with my New Year's goals. I think all of the goals that I have put in place are reasonable, and I also, to keep myself accountable, those New Year's goals are literally pinned so that I can look back on them. So it is really nice for me to hold myself accountable to those goals, and I think they are all reasonable goals that I can meet. And that's important. You want to make sure that when you are setting New Year's goals, that you are setting reasonable goals that you can achieve. Because if you don't, you're going to fall off. You're going to be like, I can't meet this goal, and then just say F it and like go left, you know? So I definitely think making sure that you are doing reasonable goals. Obviously, I had 21 goals, but you can do 5, you can do 7. It just depends on how much of your life you're looking to change or you're looking to kind of focus on. For me, it is 21 different things because they are all important to me, and they all are really based off of how I structure my life. So those are foundational things that I'm like, okay, if I fix the foundational aspect of my life, I will have everything else kind of fall into place. So making sure I get enough sleep and making sure I wake up at a certain time to allow myself to enjoy my day, things like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that my New Year's goals were helpful to you guys. Take whatever applies to you, leave what doesn't. Hopefully you guys can come up with a great New Year's resolutions list that is reasonable for you to accomplish and you feel like it's not the end of the world. So thank you guys so much for watching, and tomorrow we will be doing vision boards, so be on the lookout. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow on tomorrow's Vlogmas.